Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna risk this. I'm gonna risk it and play some live Billie Eilish while we do the Demon Tarot. Her songs are a little bit spooky lately. I just love her though. So the whole point of this, for those of you that are wondering what the hell I'm doing, literally, what the hell am I doing? Some of you guys are just like really attracted to demons and spooky stuff, and others of you are just like not about all the spooky stuff, but you follow me and you're like, what's she doing? Well, these decks were gifted to me, and I'm just like in this period in my life where I have come out of doing a lot of shadow work, and I'm not scared of the dark anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Just really kind of, you know, coming to terms with my own inner demons, the shadow work, the subconscious landscapes, all that stuff. And I really feel that so much spiritual healing, so much of the psyche is focused on meditation and light, and a lot of people are just scared of their own darkness, scared of their demons, scared of the shadow work, and just not wanting to actually look at it. So I feel like for those of you who are brave enough to go into this wonderful world of shadow work, there's so much potential to heal. So always seek professional help. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. I hope it like illuminates something or helps in some way, but be responsible with your actions. Don't do crazy things because the tarot lady said so. For those of you who are new, my name is Tamara. I also go by Sensual Mystic. For those of you who have been sticking with me, I love you. I appreciate you, all of you, and welcome. Today we are doing a demon pick a card. So timestamps are going to be located below, as well as links if you'd like a private reading or anything like that. Everything is by donation right now. So whatever is in your heart, whatever you're called to do, if you want to just donate so that I can keep up this content. Otherwise, you can donate and just get a reading. So take a moment right now, sit with it, see if you are attracted to pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3, and then you can comment below 1, 2, or 3. Or, you know, if you feel like you're attracted to more than one, stick around for that too. You can do cross-watching stuff too if you feel like somebody, like partnership, or somebody's dealing with some like serious demons, that type of stuff in their own life. You can go ahead and watch. There is over 56 readings going up this month, so that's a lot of readings going up this month. And I hope that I don't get kicked off for doing like if you do live music, you should be okay. I'm just testing it. Really, today is like a test. So we might lose this reading. We might not lose this reading. We're going to find out today. Today was just kind of a test to see what would happen. So what we're going to do is, once you've decided, so pause the video, do what you need to do. Once you've decided which reading you are, I'm going to go through these. The demon card that I have selected. So before I came live, I meditated, I took my time, I figured out a particular spread that I'm going to basically tell you the situation you're in, the challenge at hand, like the overall energy, the challenge at hand, unseen forces, what spirit's advice is, and overall outcome if you don't deal with these demons that are affecting you right now. And then we're going to pull an oracle from the Work Your Light, just to, you know, neutralize the energy a little bit. We're dealing with demons here for real. So we're going to be respectful of the energy, asking for guidance, for protection. We're just respecting the space that we're in, and looking for the highest outcome for all involved. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us do this. I will like kick myself in the butt if I'm not able to watch this for doing the live, but like you got to try it somehow. And I guess I could have just done a test before, but this is my Leo energy with my Sagittarius sign being, I don't know, I'm just going to test the waters. Just give me 1 second. One of my kids is coming out, Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so there might be a little bit of noise in the background. But for those of you who chose pile number 1, the entity here is called Barbados. So this deck was gifted to me recently, and I'm going to actually look up the full meaning and read it to you. We're going to learn the deck together. Obviously, as I do these weekly, I'll become more familiar with each of them. So Barbados was once of the angelic order of virtues, but is now a count and duke of hell with 30 military units under his command. He appears as a hunter, and 4 kings sound their horns at his approach. Okay, so let us look up Barbados. So he is demon number 31. Barbados. Barbados is described by Colin de Plancy as resembling a woodland hunter or occasionally an archer with horns like the horned god of the pagan religions. As with many demons of the hunt, Barbados is accompanied by the sound of hunting bugles, but 4 invisible kings sound his, perhaps, for the 4 cardinal directions. Barbados is an Earl of Hell in command of 30 military units to accompany him on his hunts. He is another of the fallen heavenly host, once of the angelic orders of virtue. His inspiration, in keeping with his appearance, Barbados is said to be able to speak to and understand animals, and with their assistance, he can locate lost or hidden treasures. Barbados is a skilled hunter and tracker whose attention to nature and the animal kingdom gives him the ability to track and find whatever he seeks. The divination associated with this demon is focus on closeness to the natural world and understanding of plants and animals. So I'm going to read into the situation first, and then I'm going to get like a better understanding of like how this demon is affecting you in your life. So your current situation, okay, the overall way that this demon affects your energy is the King of Swords. Okay, the challenge with this is the 2 of Pentacles. All right, you have, okay, so the challenge, so this is you, this is the challenge, this is what, okay, Spirit's advice right here, and then these are your 2 perceived outcome cards. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a good look here. All right, let me use my intuition and let me read these cards for you. Okay, so for some of you, the way that this demon is showing up in your life is as the King of Swords. So for some of you guys, it is a masculine energy, okay, that comes and really is very cutting with their energy and their words. So this person might be very much into nature or animals, okay, but you feel that when they come to you, their energy is very, very sharp. Like the way that they communicate to you, it's almost like it's like there's a sharpness. They're on the hunt. They're on the hunt for you specifically. And it's like they're, because of the animals and the fuzziness and the furriness, and like they're into nature and that type of thing, it might hide how challenging it really is. The challenge at hand right now is weighing this like inner feeling, okay, versus this external periphery. But this message is for somebody, it's not for everybody. But for some of you, okay, this person comes in with really, really sharp communication. And the challenge is right now trying to decipher whether or not this is reality. You know, is the reality this person is really like great with nature, that might even be like auspicious because they find treasure, they're able to seek out money and that type of thing. The other negative thing is this person might, because they're so gifted and attuned to finding treasure and that type of thing, it's like they found the treasure in you, or they found your money, or they found things that belong to others, like their fallen soul. Remember, so although they have these virtues and gifts of being able to like be really close and talk to animals and that type of thing, they could literally, in some cases, this could be a stalker, somebody that is like hunting you down, could be somebody in your life that enjoys hunting and is just like out in nature a lot, and somebody that just deals with animals and that, you know, like a trophy hunter, that type of thing, that type of energy. So if you have somebody like that in your life, if this is you in your life right now, there could be some real juggling, like weighing of options on how to build a stronger foundation. The very fact that you're here means that there's openness to some spiritual virtue as well in terms of growth. But your challenge right now is the sharpness. It is the it's like, you know, there's all these trumpets and music blaring in your ears. It's like, listen, listen, listen. Listen to what you're hearing. Listen to what's coming to you. You're so sharp, you're so focused on the hunt that you're not hearing the music that's playing around you. You're not hearing the truth that's coming into your ears because you're so focused on the hunt right now for some of you. The hidden factor, the hidden forces, is the Nine of Cups. So the hidden forces is that there is some type of magic at work here. Okay, there's some type of manifesting at work here. All right. Some type of manifesting at work. Now, what I see happening is that you're giving too much. You're giving away too much. Like, you personally are giving away too much. It's like you have all of these cups, you've manifested in your own life. You have all of this love. It's like, you know, so this genie is coming up and it's showing you like all these cups that you have. It's like you are manifesting this genie. You're in a manifesting energy. So you're manifesting even somebody that's giving to somebody else. So for some of you, you've manifested this type of individual who's sharp in communication, maybe really like somebody that's researching a lot, that's really focused on like their own stuff, their own hunt. They can't hear the forest for the trees. Like, they can't see the forest for the trees. They can't hear the music that's in their ears. And you've manifested all of this love that you're trying to give to somebody who is giving to somebody else. Or you're giving to somebody who is in a situation where they can't rise to where you're at. I feel really strongly for most of you guys, you're not listening to the music. You're too focused on this other individual who doesn't seem to be coming across as very loving. Not at all, actually. This person seems quite toxic. And you've manifested all this love and you're giving it to somebody who's giving it to somebody else, or you're giving it to somebody who can't rise to where you are. Five of Wands in reverse. Like, you're coming out of this place where there's just so much fighting, and see, like, all these people involved. It's like this person brings drama, or this kind of energy of only focusing on the hunt and not listening to light, not listening to music, not listening to your spiritual guides. It's like it's brought you in this place, to this place where you end up having to decide whether or not to give your love to somebody that can't meet you where you are. And this could be children, this could be parents, this could be family, relatives, this could be colleagues, this could be a lover, it could be anybody. But it's like you've manifested, but you know, you're deciding whether or not to keep continuing to give to this demon, like this person that's only in it for themselves, this person that, you know, may come across very like fuzzy, and because they're into animals and they're into nature and all this stuff. But like, be mindful of how the energy affects you, because what Spirit's saying is that if you don't work on these demons, you're going to continue being up at night. Like, you can't sleep right now because you're not listening to the spiritual vibrations. You are more focused on this individual, or if it's you that is this like hunter type of like energy right now that's fallen at the moment, and you associate with loving animals and, you know, loving nature, and this is you, please be open to listening to your spiritual guides, because you're coming out of a lot of drama right now and you're really struggling. You're not sleeping at night. You know, look at this. You're not a happy camper right now, okay? In this specific aspect. So some of you might be dealing specifically with a King of Swords, so like air energy. Okay, so it could be somebody with an air sign. Otherwise, it's just like a really sharp energy, personality, or hosting this type of demon. You know, this energy in your life is causing you to be very sharp, and you know, you're juggling right now what to do with your manifesting power and who you're giving to. For some of you guys, it's like you're in a relationship and you're giving to somebody else, and you can't sleep at night because there's just so much freaking drama. So I've read that multiple ways. Spirit's advice, if you don't deal with this demon, is that you're going to constantly be in this vicious cycle of coming out of arguments, coming out of disequilibrium, and struggling to sleep at night. If you decide you want to actually work on this situation, on, you know, this individual that's in your life or your own psyche, you have Dance with Life is the oracle. Okay, I'm going to tilt that down so you can see that maybe a little bit better. Dance with Life. I'm going to just find this oracle to read to you because this looks really beautiful. Because we want everybody to work through their demons. We want everybody to be aware of what's going on and neutralize energies and rise into our highest esteem. Spirit's advice is dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy frequency and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each new bop, sway, and kick, we are rocked back into harmony with the rest of our life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with this systemic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not usually do to shift your energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things up and to find a way to dance along with the beat of life. Spirit's advice is do something to change your energy. So when you do something to change your energy, naturally the energy of everything else will shift. and you'll be guided into more clarity. But if you are dealing with like a sharp person or somebody that's like not the best for you, you know, and that you're giving, they can't meet you where you're at, all that jazz, or you're giving to like aspects of yourself that aren't going to serve your highest, that's a good opportunity to change that around. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 2, you got the demon Fur. How this demon affects you on a day-to-day is the 10 of Wands. The challenge at hand is the 3 of Cups. Wow. I'm just like the holy spook to spook situation. Okay. The unforeseen forces, for those of you dealing with this particular demon, is the devil. And so, yeah, okay, so this isn't the unforeseen forces. Sorry. Oh, yes. And this is, okay, Spirit's advice is the 10 of, or the 8 of Pentacles. And the outcome, if you don't deal with this demon, is the 2 of Cups in reverse. So first of all, we're going to look at this demon. We're going to read about it. This deck was gifted to me, so like I'll be doing these weekly and I'll get to know these demons, but in the meantime, we're going to read about this demon, and it's for fur. So let's see here, 67 for fur. So for fur is we'll put this up so you can see it. Okay, can you see that? Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I have like 50 something reads more going up this month. So, and all private readings are by donation. So Fur is an Earl of Hell who commands 29 legions of demons, according to Wire's Pseudo-Monarchia Demonum. Fur appears to form in the form of a stag when summoned and will only tell lies in that form. However, if he is compelled to enter a magical triangle, see as Flavros on page 63, he immediately transforms into an angel and will tell only the truth. The Latin word furcifer, from which Fur's name may originate, means forked, rascal, or rogue. Fur is said to be able to create storms and tempests, incite passions, and cause lightning to strike and thunder to shake the land wherever the conjured requests. It would seem that in conjunction with Fur's rockish name, his gifts are destructive and cruel. However, Fur's other gift is the ability to strengthen the bond between married couples into something unbreakable and eternal. So we see that Fur's gift for stirring passion and excitement can be used for destruction. When used in excess, but it can be one of the most valuable tools when used in moderation. Of course, relationships should be built on trust. That doesn't require a magical triangle. So Fur's gifts should be considered with judgment. Okay, so stirring passion, excitement can be used for destruction when used in excess, but can be one of the most valuable tools in moderation. So divination, focus on enduring love and passion. Beware of strong emotions becoming destructive. So this is an interesting demon because when used in the proper type of triangle or whatever, hi Manu, you can go ahead. I have big magic pick-a-cards that are all loaded up on my channel if you want to check out Gemini. Why don't you go ahead and check out Gemini, dear? So going back to this reading, so Fur is either used as like a trickster type of energy that can like raise all hell with the elements and that type of thing. It talks about, otherwise it can bring like passion. So any kind of emotions in excess. So I feel like Some of you guys that have chosen this situation are married or are in a relationship for sure. Or you have this tendency for these types of scenarios in your relationships, ones that can be really over emotional. And when you get stuck in being too emotional, this ends up becoming an issue. It's like too many emotions and like all hell breaks loose. But there might be good reasons. So what I see is, and again, this is a general reading, pick one of the other piles if you don't feel like this resonates. This particular pick a card is like, what are the demons that are holding you back? And this doesn't have to apply in love. This could just be in all situations in life. Things become too intense, dramatic emotionally. So that's something you have to be mindful of either in yourself or in others. The way that this demon shows up in your life is just having you feel like you're walking around with a huge, heavy burden. You've got like the 10 of Wands. So you're walking around with this huge weight, you know, in the world, really honestly. The challenge is, so the challenge right now for some of you is a third party. So it's either like your partner or your loved one or whoever it is. Like for some people, it's like it's your kid and their spouse. Versus, you know, it could be your lover in a third party, or it could be your lover too focused on work, or it could just be, or it could be you having a third party, or you focus too much on a relationship instead of your kid, or your kid instead of a relationship. It's just all of these dynamics. Like the challenge at hand is that there is a third energy involved. So whatever balance and clarity you're seeking right now, there isn't a balance that way. There's something going on. Now, for some of you, the challenge at hand is actually excessive emotions leading to too much partying, too much celebration. You know, the cups are up and spilling on somebody's head, and, you know, they're partying, literally. Somebody is having a celebration, and the celebration is the challenge. So it's like excess emotions, excess partying, excess giving, excess love. The unforeseen challenge in this situation or the hidden forces are codependency for some of you, obsessive thinking, like just intoxication. So some of you, substances. So the way that this demon is showing up is probably like too much partying and excessive substances, or somebody has been tricked into another relationship, or tricked into the focus being too much in another relationship. Again, I'm reading this intuitively because the overall energy of the way that this demon makes you feel is like you're carrying a huge burden. And for some of you, it's the burden of intoxication and hidden things. For some of you, it's just like feeling tied and bound to some third party energy or to too much partying. Okay. Or this person that's in your life makes you feel like a burden. They're partying too much. They're addicted to substances, that type of thing. Spirit's advice in this situation is the 8 of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying, like, build something solid. You know, it's like, okay, here it's gory, it's a tree with blood, but it's like, you know what? Oh, 7, sorry. Oh, okay. No, I was like, that doesn't make sense for like 8 of Pentacles, which is really building. Okay, so let's look at this again. So Spirit's advice is to stop the leaks. Okay, you're bleeding from this situation. For some of you, literally, you could be bleeding, like digestively, this type of thing, from like having too much intoxicants in your liver. For some people, it's like the tree of life. You feel like your life is bleeding because of this vicious negative energy in this relationship, either with yourself or this person. I feel like it's another person for a lot of you that's wrapped up in this energy, and it's just like they're bleeding you. You've been trying to build, but they're the leak. You know, they're why you can't build, because they're intoxicated. For some of you, I really sense this energy that like they're a partier. They just come in. They stir up a storm with your emotions, passionate, like get you all intense, but it feels overall like just crazy. And you get left feeling like this. You get felt left bleeding like you're bleeding dry. You're bleeding out like your lifelines, and it's like you're being cut by this person or this energy. And if it's in yourself, if this demon is in yourself and you're carrying this burden of addictions and things like this, seek help, because you don't have to continue living like this. And if you're in a relationship like this, seek help to get out. You know, there's all sorts of hotlines and things like that you can do, but you should not stay in something that is, you know, bleeding your soul. Okay, of course, seek professional help and guidance. There's so many different avenues and things like that, but I really feel strongly, those of you that are in this situation, it's like, whoo, I'm not seeing the virtue show up in this reading, okay, of like what this demon could host. It's like it's being called in and it's being felt in the negative light. Spirits, you know, warning is that if you don't take care of this type of energy, if you don't work on this type of demon, either within yourself or with somebody else, you are going to be left heartbroken as well. It's like there is, you know, the Two of Cups, which is like shared partnership, shared love, giving and receiving. That love tips over. And it's because of this situation. It's either too much giving to an extra person involved, no balance there, you continuing to carry this heavy weight and burden, which all ultimately leads to like energy leaks and just feeling depleted and waiting around too long for the situation to change. For some, it's a third party and the devil is involved. Like it's all that party energy, addiction, substances, obsession, like something here really unhealthy and codependent. And this is what you need to work out of your life, okay? Otherwise, you're going to be left scared of love, not being open to love, losing true love, this type of thing, okay? And that's not cool. So you want to take care of that. The good thing is we can always turn things around in our life, and even in the most trapped of energies and this type of thing, you know, you can turn things around in your life. We all can. We've all been in toxic situations, and we can turn them around, even if it feels like the darkest moments. Reach out for help with, if ever you feel like you're isolating and you're keeping secrets about heavy things in your relationships, reach out to other people or your own self. There's no shame in needing help. Everybody does in some area of their life. What is Spirit's advice for how to transmute this energy? Much love to those who are on here watching. I appreciate you. Please subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. And you can let me know if this resonates in the comments. What is Spirit's advice for moving forward from this situation for those who chose pile 2? What is Spirit's advice? The Age of Light. So we're working with the Demon Tarot, okay, and then we're clarifying with the Deviant Moon Tarot, and then we are we're using the Work Your Light Oracle, okay? We're using the Work Your Light Oracle to gain some clarity for moving forward. So the Age of Light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And let me find this for you to read to you. I used to have such a heck of a time finding anything in this book, and then I realized just look for the pictures instead of the name. So you've been training for this for lifetimes. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you've decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There is no mistake that you're supposed to be here at this time for a great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that have breathed before you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before you. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is 1,000,000 times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth and be seen and rise. Your activation says, I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. So like going into that spiritual soul self, seeing like what you're attracted to, what you feel like you should be doing in the world. And that's going to help you to activate that aspect of yourself by listening to your soul and helping yourself see, you know, what it is that you're really attracted to doing and transforming that. I feel like for some of you, the messages, it might be like moving into, because there's mention of counsel and there's mention of training and this type of thing. For some of you, it might be like moving into the realms of like offering counseling or getting training for, because the card, the Demon too, is like about marriage and these triangle situations and figuring these things out. For some of you, it might actually be a means of like going into helping people with addictions and that type of thing. Okay. And for some of you, that might just mean going and seeking counseling for addictions or the person that you're with that type of thing, or obsessive types of behavior, all of this. And for some of you, it might just be, you know, you're using intoxicants, dependence, and codependency because you're not listening to your heart and you're not having faith to step into like the spiritual magnetism that you really want. And the louder that is inside of you, the more you repress going for it, the louder it screams. So for those of you who chose deck number 3, so pile number 3, this is the Demon reading, what is holding you back? The Demon that you received is Crinalis, okay? The way that this shows up in your life, okay, the way that this demon is showing up in your life right now is the 5 of Pentacles. The challenge at hand right now is strength, okay? The unforeseen sources and force, like at work right now, is the Hanged Man in reverse. Spirit's advice is the Hierophant in reverse. And the outcome, if you don't take care of these demons, is the Magician and the 5 of Swords. So let's read first of all, what is this demon? And again, this deck was gifted to me and I don't know much about demons, so we're going to read about this. And this is Carcinalis. So let me see here. Let me find out. Carcinalis, which is number 49. So let's go here. So Carcinalis is also known in demonology texts as Glacia Lovalis. According to Wire, he is a president of hell who commands 36 legions of demons. Colin de Plancy gives another of his names as Clasiolabus, which seems to tie together his other 2 listed names. Carcinalis is described by most demonologists as appearing in the form of a winged dog. You guys can see that there. Okay, is a winged dog. Carcinalis was said to know of the past and future, but his interest lay in discovering the secrets of the mind. He could find his way into the deepest thoughts of friends and foes and could use that knowledge to make them love each other or drive them to murder each other. The truth is that's not all supernatural a feat. The better we get to know someone, the more we are able to influence that person's actions as well. However, that power need not be used to bring pain to others. Carcinolis could use the knowledge of men's minds to bring them closer together, and so, of course, we can. Divination, focus on learning the secrets of others, but beware of using that knowledge to harm others. Okay, so I feel like this is either you or a person that you're dealing with, or even an establishment, something like that, where this is a well-trained person, somebody that is like really trained well in psychology or does some type of work in some type of field where they have the opportunity to really manipulate people, or could use their power for good. But you might be dealing with somebody, or you might be somebody that is manipulative. So what I feel is like the demon that is holding you back right now is manipulation. And it's either because you're manipulating others or somebody might be manipulating you. The overall energy right now is feeling left out in the cold by a strong person. So what I feel is you have a strong individual in your life, somebody with a very, very like head-to-head type of energy, like somebody that's willing to just like open your energy and just like stare you down into the core, like know the very like, tiniest little essences of you, and not afraid to just like, it's almost like rip you open and like cut through to you. It's like I feel like this is the demon that's holding you back right now. This person is a very manipulative person, and they're very, very strong in their energy. Look at the way that they're gripping you right now. It's like you can't even move, and you're already feeling very left out in the cold right now. Like it's like even you're trying to sneak away from the situation and you feel like somebody's watching you. I get a really strong, heavy feeling for some of you that are watching this, that you're with somebody that's a really, really no good for you. Like they're really unhealthy. The unforeseen forces at work is the Hanged Man in reverse. So like this person, you could be dealing with Leo, you could be dealing with Pisces, you could be dealing with like Scorpio, you could be dealing with Gemini, with Virgo, like air, like there's all the signs here. Okay, so there's like a lot of different signs that are coming in here, but for some of you, it's Pisces in particular that you're dealing with, but it's not so much that. It's like the unforeseen forces is no longer hanging around. It's like coming out of a period of stagnancy, being suspended in time. No longer is that happening. So there's some type of spiritual force at work that's helping you to move out of this waiting period. Spirit's advice is the Hierophant in reverse. So like come out of researching, come out of this marriage, because the Hierophant can be a marriage. Spirit's advice is for some of you guys, if you're dealing with really toxic, manipulative energy, somebody that like poses in the community as like a teacher, a therapist, somebody like that that's really well educated, that type of thing, it comes to me, but they're really manipulative, like really strong. They're just like holding you hostage. You're feeling left out in the cold. You're lost. You've been unsure of what to do. And Spirit's advice is the Hierophant in reverse. So I feel like for those of you that are in a relationship with this person, come out of that. This is toxic. For those of you that have been deep in the research and that type of thing, it's time to come out and it's time to like move forward and act. Always seek professional help. There's so much help. There's so many hotlines. There's so many things if you're in situations like this. I strongly feel if it's you that's been manipulative, okay, and you've been really overbearing your strength on other people, It is time to stop this. It's time to come out of hiding from like this role of being a spiritual teacher and to like be honest. What's going to happen is if you don't deal with this demon, if you don't end up dealing with who this is, you're going to have this scenario of manifesting chaos, manifesting some really bad, sharp arguments. So you see like the magician is just looking at the 5 of Swords, which this is just brutal. You know, you're just going to keep manifesting conflict. You're going to keep manifesting fighting. You're going to keep manifesting pain if you don't take care of these demons. Okay, it's really yeah, like this is toxic. If this doesn't resonate, check out one of the other piles. If you are looking for other things, please check out my channel. There's pick-a-cards on what kind of relationships. There's pick-a-cards on your individual zodiacs, love readings, all the things. So for those of you that are showing up in the comments right now, much love, appreciation. Please make sure to subscribe because there's all sorts of readings and things. Private reads are by donation right now. So if you would like a personal read, I will be putting my information below. Otherwise, go ahead and check out any of my other videos and you can find my information. You can email me info@sensual-mystic.com and I will do a personal reading for you if you need that. Otherwise, there will be a link for a free pick-a-card. When I'm done this, I'll be uploading that. So Spirit's advice for moving forward, how do you get out of this energy? Like, how do you approach this energy energetically? From the Work Your Light Oracle, we have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be too serious. So you've been in this really serious energy and it's time to play. It's time to move out of this seriousness, this toxicity. So you're being asked by Spirit to have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Stop taking life so seriously. Your spirit needs to have some fun. The more you play, the more inspiration will follow. Take some time out to do something without being attached to the outcome. You're being called to rest and play and learn to have more fun. Do something that makes you laugh, the best medicine around. Call up a friend that you can be silly with. Take your inner child on a date. The more you switch off your mind, the more room your spirit has to whisper and guide. When we do things without being attached to the outcome, ideas, clarity, guidance, and solutions have the space to drop in. The left and right hemispheres of the brain can begin talking to each other. Make play a compulsory part of your day. Schedule it. Spend more time doing things just because you love to do them, just because they bring you joy and light you up. If you follow what lights you up, you will light up the world even without trying. For when you are lit up, you are in your spirit. And when you are in your spirit, you fall into flow with life. How do you play? What do you do to have fun? What lights you up? If you've been working hard lately, it's time to celebrate how far you have come, all that you've achieved. Don't rush on to the next thing. Take a moment to throw a party, go on a vacation, or have some fun. Your activation, your action is have more fun, play more, celebrate your achievements. Okay, so this is an opportunity to bring some more light into your life, do some things that are good for you. This is altogether all too serious, and you know this was no bueno, not good, not a good energy for anybody to sit in. So please always seek help. If you are in some type of toxic situation, you never have to feel alone. Please seek help. Even when, like a red flag is when you're isolating, when you're not telling people about things, when you're hiding things about people, when you're justifying things about people. That is not right. It's not well. Everybody deserves to feel like peaceful, healthy, happy, and like they are being respected and safe in their relationships, okay? And in your own self. So there's no need to feel ashamed if you're struggling from whatever it is that you're dealing with. Always, you know, everybody needs help. That's the big thing in society where everybody's so balanced because people feel like they can't just reach out for help, and we can. So much love, everybody. And please subscribe because there's going to be like millions of readings coming up. I appreciate each and every one of you.